time of year again.
College football, it is back.
Here in Boulder, Colorado, right now is the epicenter of college football.
It's time. Let's go.
Welcome to RobDaManMedia with co-host Coach Dre.
Yo, it's Sunday, man. We are back. I got Coach Dre in the building. I got Uncle Steve in the building. Man, welcome to this Sunday edition, this Sunday Night Live. We always come. We just missing B. Watts. He couldn't make it in today. So we doing the thing today, tonight, man. How the fellas, how y'all doing tonight?
Good. Can't complain, bro. Can't complain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, before we get into it, let me go ahead and get out some announcements and stuff in case you missed it, Buff Nation. Quinton Gibson won a state title yesterday, and he went crazy. I'm talking about crazy. Over 10 catches for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns. If you missed that game yesterday, you missed an electrifying performance from that young man. Coach Dre, I know you probably seen a little bit of the game, but what did you like what you seen from Quinton Gibson, the signee from Colorado?
First thing I tell anybody, I don't know why that kid ain't a 4 or 5 star. I'm talking about a 3-star. I don't know what y'all looking at. That kid is everything you looking for in a football player. He got that dog mentality. That's 6A football in the state of Texas. It don't get no bigger. You talking about Duncanville and big time schools that he done went and he sent them to the house. He been a Duncanville killer all year long. That kid is ready. I expect that kid to come in here and play next year. I don't know if he's gonna start, but I think he's gonna be our punt returner or kick returner for sure. Like I say, he's the LeJontay Western, Jimmy Horn type of kid. That kid is electrifying. Big time players make big time plays in big time games, and that's exactly what he did yesterday. He went out there and made sure that his boys did what they needed to do to win the state championship. I'm proud for him. So kudos to him and North Crawley for winning. I want to say they said that's their first state championship in North Crawley. So kudos to them. I promise y'all, it's tough trying to win a state championship. It's tough to try to get all the way to the state championship and get it done. So kudos to him. But that kid went out there and played balls, played lights out last night.
Hey, one thing about North Crawley, they earned everything they got this year. They played 6 state championships in one season. Let me repeat that. They played 6 state champions in 1 year and beat them all. That's different. That's a legendary schedule. Uncle Steve, how you feel about Quinton Gibson, man? I mean, he named Q6 for a reason, but man, you get him the ball in space, it's a wrap for you.
What I love about him is this here. The game ain't too big for him. The bigger the game, the bigger his game gets. And all he does is elevates everybody around him. He told people before the game even started, he was going to handle his business. He told them, he said, I don't know what they worried about for. I'm going to get mine and I'm going to take it to the house. And he took it to the house. Not only did he do that, his confidence is at such a level right now. And Coach, I love what you said, Coach Dre. It's a shame on every time someone says they're going to Colorado, they take a star from them. But you're hurting yourself because you're hurting your credibility as an organization saying, hey, we're in this here. We're not biased. We're going in here and we're telling you the truth. When someone comes to see you and you're dropping it, and especially the numbers he has numbers that this boy got records. Barry Gordon used to have records, but this boy got records. So when you're looking at things like this, and I'll leave it as this, it is a shame. We shouldn't accept this here. But what I love about this young man, and I'll tell you this one here, that room, what I like is this. Cam Michael ain't gonna just say, hey, you're gonna come in here and you're gonna be the man. Draylon Miller ain't gonna come in and say ain't gonna say you coming in here and you're gonna be the man. he is going to step up each one of their games, because when you see a kid like this with this kind of numbers, and his confidence ain't going down, it's going up because he's so fast. But Cam Michael gonna tell him, I've been here a year. I'm the man here. And you can handle your business, but when you raise your level, I'm gonna raise mine. Back at you, Rob the man. Sorry for that.
Oh no, you good, Uncle Steve. Get it off tonight. Get it off. And one thing I can say that I truly love about this wide receiver room is that the standard that they built this year is leading into next year, and you ain't finna come in and mess up that. And this leads to my next point. We ain't just taking any receiver at the University of Colorado because you got a name about yourself. If you want this, you got to come earn this. If you can't be selfless, you ain't playing with this unit. That's the major thing that I want people forget about. If you come to the University of Colorado, you're gonna have to give up something to be better, because it's about the team winning. If the team wins, everybody wins. And when you look at this newest commitment we got from Tulsa, Joseph Williams, it tells you everything. If you want to come into this room, you got to be selfless. You got to understand what the mission is, and we ain't just taking anybody. So with that being said, Coach Dre, I'm King to Coach Dre, and we're going straight to Uncle Steve on it. What do you love about Joseph Williams coming in from the University of Tulsa, a 6'3" wide receiver that's ultimately going to probably be the replacement for Will Shepherd moving forward?
He got that want to. He got that wanna show that. See, this is what people fail to realize. When you go to somewhere like a Tulsa and those lower level conferences, they still Power 5 schools, but they lower level conferences. People look at your side eye when you put up big numbers, freshman of the year and stuff like that. So I know the kid gonna be hungry. I know he gonna be wanting to prove himself. Uh, and that's what you want. I want people that's on their toes. I want people that want to prove something. If you just being stagnant and you just, hey, I'm finna come in here, y'all finna get me the football. I don't know where you plan on playing at, because it ain't at the University of Colorado and not for Deion Sanders. Right before I came on, I got a chance to watch the well off video. Hey, people sleeping on Timmons, but them boys love Timmons. LeJohntay Weston, Will Shepherd, they standing there in the circle. And they say, man, we leaving this thing to Timmons. And Timmons say, I'm coming back. I got one more year. He know what it is. So you know they bringing in other people. You know they got these young freshman guys coming in here. You know Cam McHale gonna be a little healthier. So you know what it takes. But you got to be hungry. You got to stay. You got to want it. Coach Prime said that today in this conversation when he talked to them boys. You gotta want it. You gotta want to. He was playing a gospel song in there. He said, "You play this song about your trials and tribulations. Everybody want to testify about what the world know they've been through, but it's stuff that people don't know you've been through, and you still made it here, and you here for a reason. Everybody here for a reason that's in this room, and so I think this kid, he was committed to Utah. Some things transpired. He still made the trip to Colorado. I felt like once he made the trip to Colorado, I felt like we was gonna steal the deal. Like I said, no disrespect to nobody who. This is what I'm gonna tell you. If you want to be here, come on. But if you here for the games, if you just here for the lights and the cameras and the action, that ain't gonna get you what you want. Again, Coach Prime said, I'm gonna show your strong points as well as your weaknesses. And if you can't handle the weaknesses, then I just don't know if this is for you. But I think this kid is ready. Like I said, he wants to prove something to everybody else that he belongs at the big stage. That freshman of the year in Tulsa wasn't just a coincidence. That he really can ball. So I'm looking forward to seeing this kid get out here and play. So I'm excited and glad that he decided to come to the University of Colorado.
Well, the only thing I can tell you this one here: don't take your date around Usher, because if you do, you in trouble. Usher gonna get him in there, and he gonna start singing to him, whispering in their ear. Next thing you know, you ain't got a girlfriend no more. And that's what that person did. They let their date go to Coach Prime. When you go to Coach Prime and he start talking to you, boy, you start hearing a vision and direction. And then he has results. And now what you really have a problem with, when you go in that trophy, that hallway, and all you gonna see is Travis Hunter and his sons. All those awards. What you gonna see is this one here. They started off with like 8 or 9 awards in that thing, or maybe 10, 9 or 10. It wasn't no more 9 or 10 for the whole time. Travis Hunter got 8. His son got 1. When you done already caught that in 1 year. They done 20, 30 years, you done caught it in 1. So when you
Yo,
go through the hallway now and you just see during Coach Prime's era, 2 years, and you see these accomplishments, and you see the draft, when they show that draft, and you see them results, 80 ain't crazy. That freshman ain't crazy. That freshman is looking. Everybody who this is the exception now. Everybody who goes to Colorado and put that work in and be selfless are succeeding. Look at them boys who going to Alabama and Texas A&M getting them big checks. Kudos to those young men. Kudos to those young men. I would have stayed, if it's me, because of what your record is. If you stay and the tapes that you're putting up now, tapes ain't going to do nothing but get better because you're going to be more into the offense. You're going to have better talent. Your numbers are going up. But I'll leave that alone. But for the freshman, let me get back to him. I'm excited for the young man because what he's going to realize is this one here. If he is who he say he is, he's going to get a lot of opportunities because Colorado is going to be running that ball down people's throat, and that boy's going to put that RPO. People don't realize. I watched it, man. When you got a quarterback that can run and throw the ball,
11 on 11, baby.
Defenses, they're unbalanced. Defenses don't know what to do. I'm watching these quarterbacks that can really scat, like I watched Jaden Daniels today for the Commanders. When you got a quarterback that can scat, you toast. You toast because you got him on a 3rd and 15. You back there in the middle wide open, and he right through the middle. So all I'm telling people in Colorado, get ready. These receivers are going to eat, but they're going to eat off the run game this year. And that's what you're going to see. So kudos to that receiver for coming in. He know what's going on. Back to you, Rob, the man.
Here was the special thing about this visit. Everybody was back in Boulder. Everybody was practicing. So you couldn't hide from the moment. You couldn't fake nothing. And when you got to see everything in play, and you got to see these two guys right there, you knew what time it was. So when you see it, oh, it's official. The freshmen are practicing. I can't say they ain't practicing because they all there. It's hard to say no to something like that. It's easy to say no when people ain't in the building because you don't really get to see all the glitz and the glamours. Now when you see the recording and you see all the filming and you see how practice really is and how live things are, it changes your mindset about, man, I got to be a buff. I got to be a buff. I got to want this. But with that being said, who is your most exciting buff that you want to see in the future that we sign either in the transfer report or the high school rankings so far?
I mean, I want to see them boys from IMG. If y'all ain't seen that well off video, you better go check it out. They got after it today. Them young dogs was out there barking, boy.
Hey, Chauncey Gooden.
Boy, Pearson, them boys was out there getting at it. Them offensive, them boys that we brought in the trenches, they is what you looking for. I just want to see these young boys and see do they have what it takes. Like I say, my affinity for Branch because he's from Florida, and I've got a chance to see him play most of his life. But I just want to see them young boys do what they do best. Again, people, I want y'all to be patient. Juju is a 17-year-old kid. I know everybody went and started jumping in off the bridge when we stamped another quarterback. Like, oh, Juju say he want to be the starter. Was y'all in on them conversations? Do y'all know what was said? No.
Nope.
What I know is that kid is a competitor. What I know is he's a team first guy. He showed you that this whole time going through the state championship. They fell a little short. But he got bigger goals. He got bigger goals to fry. And I just want to see him succeed. Again, I'm gonna be very, very hesitant with people that's throwing this kid under the bus. He's 17. He will be 17 when the season starts. That kid will not turn 18 till mid-season next year. We brought in the guy from Liberty because just in case he's not ready. You understand what I'm saying? What people fail to realize is that Coach Shador had a season to practice with Jackson before he had to start. They had the COVID year. They had a spring season. Coach Prime came in. He had 2 quarterbacks that were there. Shador was practicing, but he couldn't play. And so Shador got to see college up close and personal before he got a chance to get out there and get it. But that picture of 10-2, it just shows you the present and what we have to look for, and that's a great thing to uphold. But Ventrez Walker in 38 today, if you watch the well off video, he coming downhill. The kid look like he's about it again. I think all these kids are hungry, and Coach Prime told you who's gonna show these young men the way. I'm looking for guys that's gonna show them the buff way. It's only one way to do this. We don't got we don't got no different ways to do this. It's only one way to do this. We're gonna do it this way. And like I say, these seniors need to be applauded. They laid a hell of a foundation. Uh, Shador and Shiloh, Silman Craig, Bentley, uh, Shadozi and BJ Green and all those guys that came in here and worked their behinds off and laid a great foundation, something for you to build on. And that's what it takes, guys. Rome wasn't built in a day. Uh,
Facts.
so again, if y'all just sit back and be patient and let Coach Prime work, let this great recruiting staff keep working, we ain't done yet. Y'all see today that some kids that played in these playoff games, they hit the portal. Again, Tulane played against the University of Florida, guys. Half of their team from Tulane is gonna hit the portal. They had to keep these kids just so they could play. Just so they
Facts.
could come down here the game, come down here to Florida, and us put foot in the booty. But they wanted to play this game and they wanted to check for their school. So they had to keep kids that had already told the quarterback that started for Tulane. He in the portal. You get what I'm saying?
Already.
So you gotta be thankful that what we got going on at Colorado. And like I said, I'm just excited to see these young freshmen practice this week, get this experience and get this, because this time last year, guys, we didn't have this. We didn't have this experience. We didn't these boys didn't get the experience practice and stuff like that. So we gotta take every win that we get, we gotta take it.
Hey, Coach Drake, before Uncle Steve go, you hit on something, right? About Juju. And what I'm gonna say to this is kind of like the trials and tribulations that he went through in high school, what Shador went through at Jackson State. But it's just fast forward and he's coming to Colorado, and it's like planning out perfect. When you talk about, how Shador couldn't finish it at Jackson State, winning the SWAC titles. I mean, winning the not SWAC title, but winning the Celebration Bowl. It's kind of what Juju did in high school. It's something happened where he couldn't complete the mission twice in the championships in Georgia, but he got there. And so that leadership that he's bringing to Colorado is what's going to set this team up for something amazing for him to even, you know, most you got to think about it. Most kids would get upset if you bring another quarterback that's going to compete with them for the starting job, right? They ready to go. And Juju like, man, bring it on. I'm here. You got to see about me. And for him to go out and still go out there and sacrifice and be selfless, knowing that he broke his hand and still go out there and play to do everything he could to get his bring home the championship. Man, that stuff can't go unnoticed, man. It just can't. But I'm gonna kick it back to Uncle Steve and let him give his commentary on that.
Well, I'm gonna give my commentary on two things, twofolds. When it comes to Juju, I'll tell people this here. I do not want to see Juju in that first game, and I'm gonna tell you why. Georgia Tech is loaded. Hear what I'm saying? When y'all go back and look, Georgia Tech done brought in Georgia Tech loaded, and what I want to see, I want to see the best quarterback go out there. Now, if Juju beat out this guy, I'm just gonna put my head down and say, goodness gracious, he's on a different level. But what I would prefer, I would prefer to see that quarterback come in Salter, who has a record that he has, the accomplishments that he had. That boy went 13-0 and played against Oregon. And you can say what you want to. He was fine. He was fine. It wasn't too big for him. Then he came back. They decimated his team, and he still had a winning record. The young man still got a winning record. So on that part, what I like is this one here. Juju don't have to be rushed. And then you looking at this one here. He don't have to take hits. You're working on that offensive line. You're getting Carday Smith in there. You're getting Gooden in there. You're working it. You already got Seton Express over there. You got another guy who came in, the center White or whatever his name is, Carter White or whatever the case may be. You'll have him as a center or a guard. You're loaded. You're loaded with that. But what I'm saying, you're building an offensive line so when Juju does come in there, you won't have to worry about him getting hit, and he built up his body. That's the first thing. Now, when you tell me about players that I want to see, a lot of people excited about the new stuff. I want to see David Swain. If y'all look at number 91, if y'all pay attention, Coach Prime now been hiding 91. Look at 91 when he started and look at him now. It's been a transformation. See, I pay attention to the little things. Coach Prime now didn't want nobody to see David Swain. If you go out, you Mr. Detroit, you Mr. Michigan, and you turn around and y'all think he forgot how to play football, that young man looks incredible right now. That's the first one. That's the first person I want to see, because I expect if y'all coming in here thinking those young freshmen coming in and they're going to take his time, I'm here to tell you, wrong. Like Matumbo,
Hey,
no. They will not get in front of him.
he's gonna have something to. He gonna have something to say this year. But a lot of people forgot about it because you have not seen him, and so if you can go back and just watch the transformation of his body and like moving him from the end to the tackle and what they're gonna do with him, and it's just a baby McNeil right now, but he can be better than McNeil by the finished product of it. And just to see him on film and the way he's progressed and the way he's striking people it's looking different. It's looking different. Gotta get you on that one. Gotta get you.
David Swain now is going to have the advantage. When you're used to bending and coming on that edge the way he was doing it, and now you're inside with all of that speed, and now he has the strength to go along with it, and now he don't have to worry about double teams. He got them grown men over there that are going to be getting double teamed. He going to be one-on-one. And all he has to do is use his speed like McNeil, and he's going to explode. And people are going to turn around and be like, how did we? It's all in how Coach Prime them does things. Coach Prime looked at that guy and said, hey, he ain't ready right now for what we need to do. Let's put him to the side. Let's build him up. Let's train him, because I watch him. I say, who is 91? You watch, well, you say, that's something different about it. And I say, oh, and the next person I'll put is Cam Michael. Y'all can tell me about anybody else. When you're Mr. Georgia, pretty much when it comes to Cam Michael, and can play any position. That boy's back there, defensive back and everything, receiver, quarterback. When you're that talented and with his take it to the house speed, y'all get excited about that new stuff. I'm good with that new smell, but it still got a little old on it. That's what I want. So that's the things I'm looking at. And Coach Dre, you hit it 1,000. You with the IMG boys, what I'm looking for is Gooden, Cardi Smith. I'm looking for that offensive line. I'm looking for them. I'm looking for them hogs. I'm looking for them, because if they do anything, if they advance just a quarter of the way Seton Express does, that offensive line in the future, we're ready. We're ready. And back to you, Rob, the man.
I just say this: their guard play is going to be a lot better, and if you can move people in the guard spot, you're working with something.
Hey, like I told y'all go check out that well-off video. They got at it today. I'm talking about got into it and all. Them young bucks. They had Warren Sapp and D. Lewis going today. They chomping at the bit to prove themselves to everybody. So, like you say, but Brandon Swain, he is somebody that nobody's thinking about. Also the kid Garcia at linebacker, I had forgot about him. I really had forgot about him until somebody brought him up the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, Garcia is still there at linebacker. When we thinking about we need so many linebackers, I think we're good
Man,
all the way around.
we got 8 linebackers right now, but they split them up. 4 of them go with Hart, 4 of them go with Hilo. So we gonna be fine at linebacker. I ain't worried about that. We got a good balance of players, and we still adding on to this team. That's the crazy part about it. This ain't even the finished product of what this team will look like next year, because we're still about to bring in another 12 to 15 players. that ain't even on the roster yet. That it's just a wait and see who comes in, who comes out. But we still about to add some more to this, and I feel like we about a year away from this offensive line really going to the next level. But we got some great foundational pieces to make it happen this year. And I don't want nobody to think otherwise because we got the foundation pieces. But before we do anything, I got to give some praise to Coach Charles Kelly, the former DC of Colorado, getting a head coaching opportunity at Jacksonville State. How huge is that to see another coach from Prime's coaching tree? Not nobody, Coach Prime coaching tree, getting another opportunity to be a head coach or get elevated to another level. I'm gonna go to Uncle Steve and then I'm gonna come back to Coach Dre because I want to see something right quick.
This is huge, and people don't understand how huge this is because people want to judge you on your fruit. That's even in the Bible. You're judged on your fruit. They ain't judged on what you do. I'm judged on the fruit of things that I do. When I go and then they look at my fruit, that's how they're going to judge me. They're going to say, oh, okay, he doing all right there. Now, with Coach Prime, it's the same thing. They're judging him on his fruit. Charles Kelly, what you got to realize this one here, he's a competent person. He's a caring coach. His philosophies of what he puts into play, that's winning. And he can recruit. He can flat out recruit. So he's in a fertile ground too. If you look at that's old Coach Dre stomping there with it on Florida. He's in a great area
Right
where
down the
he's
road,
going to
baby.
have talent.
No. Y'all know that's not in Florida. Y'all know Jacksonville State not in Florida. It's in
Oh, I'm
Alabama.
sorry. Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
even better. Thank you,
Yeah,
Coach Dre.
a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people think that when they say Jacksonville State, they think it's in Florida, but it's in
I
Alabama.
showed. Thank you, Coach Dre. But now you got them big cornbread jokers in Alabama. So you still gonna have that, and then he has access to Florida. So, but you got them Bama boys now, and he can flat out recruit because of the system he has in play. You always want to see people do well, and the people underneath you do well. So for Charles Kelly, he is going to be fine. He's gonna have people who he's gonna bring in his group of people, and Coach Prime has told you already. He wants people to excel. And if people gonna under him, they are gonna be getting head coaching jobs, and they're getting head coaching jobs because they're competent, they're very good coaches, and then the respect that they have amongst their peers. So when you have those things that follow with you, you're gonna be very successful. So great job to Coach Kelly. And he won't hear me this one here. He ain't the only one. Get ready. Y'all gonna lose some more coaches. It's coming.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's a tremendous sight to see another coach get elevated. And when those coaches get elevated, I don't want people to forget about that. We ain't forget about it. So anytime something like that and they get elevated, we gonna make sure they get their praise. But go ahead, Coach Dre.
Prime told y'all this. Prime told y'all when he got the job. I got 2 or 3 coaches on my staff that's gonna be head coaches. He ain't nothing Prime ain't expected. Charles Kelly is a national championship coach, defensive guru, great like Uncle Steve said, a great recruiter. He deserves this opportunity. He's been looked over for some jobs I think that he should have had a while ago. To be a guy from Auburn, for Auburn to overlook him the way they've been overlooking him as a head football coach is sideways to me. But I'm happy for him. Jacksonville State, I watched their game the other day on TV. First time I really got to see them play. I think they looked real good. I think Kelly gonna be able to keep them guys there that he need and go out and get some other guys. Kelly is not gonna be afraid to go out into this HBCU world and get some kids. Kelly gonna build him a defense. He gonna go out and like I say, he got a Rolodex of coaches he can call to come help him. So, like I say, and that's this the thing is that people gonna say, he come off of the what's the dude name that used to coach at Texas A&M, Mr. $100 million man,
Jimbo.
Fisher.
yeah, Jimbo, yeah,
Jimbo.
he come off the Jimbo tree and this, no, buddy, this Coach Prime tree, he laying out fruit The other coach that's going to UCLA to take over the DB room. Let's give him a round of applause. Coach
Yes,
Prime brought him in.
Coach Gabe.
So you can see that people are taking notice to what Deion Sanders is doing at the University of Colorado. Either you're going to have to get with the trend or you're not. These kids are looking at what Colorado is doing. And like I told y'all, the worst thing that we can do is win. Because now, I understand you guys going after the bag, but Coach Prime keep telling you, some of y'all chasing the bag and missing your blessing. You better sit down, be rooted. Parents, listen to me now. If you're listening to me, get rooted and find you some substance. I understand that everything ain't peachy and everything ain't gonna be what you want it to be. But if you root yourself down in this and get yourself, like I said, if you get yourself a purpose and understand and teach your kids what it is, you can still you. Hey, I know y'all seen that well-off video yesterday. You see what the boys riding around in. Y'all, hey, so if you don't think we got no money in Colorado, go ahead. Prime just ain't handing out checks like that though. He just ain't giving you nothing. He ain't giving you nothing for nothing. You ain't done nothing for me. What I'm giving you, what I'm doing for you. You got to come up here and earn this thing and show me that you want this thing. And Rob, we say it all the time, man. The coaches are showing you selflessness, so that's why the young men can show you selflessness. You have to teach these young men what that is. Selflessness, loyalty, love, respect, kindness. Coach Prime is teaching that, and that's what you see reflected in his young men. So, y'all guys keep paying players and thinking, like I say, Texas A&M did that for 3 years. I ain't seen them in no national championship. I ain't seen them win no SEC championship. So y'all, I'm just telling you, bro. Y'all keep paying. And we just gonna keep doing this stuff our way. Like I said, everybody ain't meant to be in Colorado, y'all. Y'all stop worrying about names. Every time a big name, oh boy, we need to go after him. No, because his character might not match what we looking for. And we can't get nobody to come in here and mess up what we building. And like I tell y'all think these coaches the one vet these kids. It's really them players. Shador, Travis, and Shiloh, Silman, Craig, and them guys, they vet these kids. They not leaving Prime with no BS. They don't want none of them kids that's finna mess over their daddy. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, them the kind of kids you want. Kids that care more about how I leave the university when I'm gone. You always want to leave a place or a person better than you found. When you did that, you're going to be blessed. And I think that's where we at right now. But, yeah, kudos to Coach Kelly. I used to always like what he say, work only comes before success. I mean, success only comes before work in the dictionary.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So that was a key, and I think that's going to be one of his pillars of what he going to build at Jacksonville State.
Hey, listen, Coach, you hit on the point. What we was going to segue into, right? When you look at the work piece of everything and you see what Colorado is doing from the work standpoint, and you getting kids that's coming in and they just thinking because Shador and Travis is gone and Jimmy Horn is gone, that we going to get to come in here and we going to get to change what's going on there. And we going to get all this money that Travis was making when they don't even realize Travis and Shador wasn't even didn't even have none of the money out of collectors. So now, when it comes out publicly, something that we already knew behind the scene, but we just didn't say nothing, right? Now these people publicly know. Now it's like, how do you view Colorado now? Knowing that if the top players and they leaving and they're going to donate back to the NIL collective, you don't think they're going to vet you to make sure that money goes to the right people?
Well, what it does is it's a lot of universities looking at their top players or they guys that have deals outside of their collective, and they saying, "Hey, y'all just see what Travis Hunter did? He done won the Heisman. Y'all ain't, we can't get no money. We can't get no help." But it's gonna make people look at Go ahead.
I was gonna say this, but Prime is a businessman, and he's telling them, if you donate this money back, you can write it off on your taxes. You ain't got to pay that much, and it's the business mindset of it. comes along attached with that and the financial literacy that they're learning. And that's the part where people are not going to pick up on. That's the only part I want to add into that conversation.
I mean, they again, people looking for every little thing to talk about negatively about Colorado because you got to find a way to pull them down in the mud. But like I'm telling y'all, in 2025, we ain't listening to none of that. We only on that positive stuff. I mean, we gonna be real. We gonna be real short and impatient with y'all on that. We gonna be real. We gonna be real. I'm telling y'all. I'm being honest with y'all because life too short. Life is too short. Way too short for you to go around trying to break somebody else down just because you can't get to where you trying to go. But the reason you can't get to where you trying to go because you ain't thankful for where you at. You got to be thankful for what where you done, where you at, so God can get you to where you're going, and then y'all be brushing off people that really there to bless you. God can use anybody to send you a blessing, and Prime just doing things the right way. You can't get mad with it. Like I say, it just came out today, but we don't do this for at least a week. Bill Belichick's son, Steven Belichick, going to be North Carolina's defensive coordinator. Like, man, come on, we do that. We do that when he got the job. Y'all ain't said nothing about he the coach and wait. They'll wait about 2 more weeks before they bring that out, right? But if Prime was when Prime do that, it's daddy ball and it's this and it's that. Nobody's open their mouth and question Bill Belichick now time. Bill Belichick done went in here and he done got these kids. Listen, he calling them up. And I told you, these older kids, all he doing is throwing his Super Bowl rings on the table. You want to go to the NFL? Hey, here you go. Hey, I can call up this one, I can call up that one. And so, but when Prime was doing it, it was a problem. Oh, I ain't heard nobody call Belichick no celebrity coach. Right?
Not one at all.
So, it just is what it is. Go ahead, Uncle Steve.
Rob the man, I think you hit it 100%. You and Coach Dre hit it 100%. This is what you need to realize when it comes to finances. When you get your check, it's something on there called FICA, Social Security, and you also have in there your state taxes, depending on what state you're in. That's going to be, when you're dealing with the money those kids are getting, that's 40% of your paycheck is going to be taken out in taxes. So now you're dealing with 60% of your money. So what Coach Prime has taught his sons is this. If you look at it, they're using that NIL money, which goes under their LLC. I guarantee it's their LLC, S Corps, or whatever they got going on over there. So now Coach Prime is brilliant. We're going to take this on our business, and when we take it on our business, instead of them just giving away 40% to the government for tax purposes, you're going to do this here and get to write this off for your business. And now you're getting money. So what happens now, the tax people give you money because they're like, oh, he has his company, and because of his company, and Lord knows if he has his girlfriend and his mother in that company or whoever the case may be working for him as employees, and I'm sure it could have his brother in there too. Now you get all your money back. It's a smart business. So that's the first thing when it's dealing with that. So people need to look at it like, why them boys give? Coach Prime don't give money away. Coach Prime is a businessman. He's making money, and his kids ain't giving money away. When y'all see this stuff, please be aware. He's a little smarter than what y'all thinking. Man, he keeps his money. That's the first thing when it comes to those young men. The second thing I'll say is this one here. We need to be financially wise when it comes to you. Everybody worried about, oh man, they give that money means nothing if you know nothing, if you don't know what to do with it. You're going to get money. You're going to buy a diamond ring. You're going to buy a chain, and you're going to buy a car. Okay. So how are you bringing more money back into your payroll? It's all about, you need to have something to have residual income. That means when you're sleeping, money is still coming into your bank account. And if those young men are not doing that, what are we talking about? All you is an employee. Employees don't.
I'll give you an example. Is the starting center from North Carolina, Baycott. He went and bought a hotel with his NIL money. So he have residual income. And even though he's playing in the G League, he ain't playing in the NBA, he's got residual income because he went and bought a hotel, a big hotel with his money, and it's his.
Money
That's the
keeps
thing we
coming.
talk about. Yeah.
He write off money, keep money. Write off money, keep money. It's all about being smart. You buying a gold chain, that man, that I'm getting me something that's gonna come, and then I get my family members, my kids. They get to get it when I'm gone, dead and gone. So it's all about being smart. Rob, you hit it on the head. Coach Dre is ringing. All I'm telling these young men is this here. It's cool to go in there and have all the designer stuff and everything like that. But when you're looking in the league and they tell you 70% or 80% of them going to be broke at 6 years after retirement, dude, come on, man. The numbers are the numbers. You got to wake up.
That's the biggest thing is, especially with football, because again, guys, y'all have to understand those football contracts aren't guaranteed. This is
Nope.
not the NBA, and this is not the baseball.
Baseball or soccer.
Those guys. That's why you hardly ever hear about baseball players and basketball players going broke, because when they sign their names on the dotted line, they get every inch of that money. Fire me, cut me. I don't care what you do. Give me my check. That's what it is. And in football, it's a way big difference. Most NFL players need to get to that second contract because they put a rookie wage scale on that. So imagine this year, Shador probably made more money this year at the University of Colorado than he gonna be able to make next year as a rookie quarterback in the NFL. Now we're not counting his endorsement money, right? We're not counting his endorsement money. We just talking about the check that he gonna get from his NFL team. It's gonna be a 5-year, 25, maybe $30 million. That's as high. I think 30 is as high as it can go. 5-year, 30. That's as high as it can go, right? So now like I say, you have to build in all of this stuff that these guys have going on. So now what Prime do? I know my son like cars and this, that, and other. Let's go get a car deal. So you ain't got to worry about buying cars and spending your money on this and spending your money on that. Chad Johnson told y'all when he got to the NFL, he didn't go buy no house. He stayed at the facility for 2 years until Marvin Lewis made him go get him a place to stay. Because he did. You get what I'm saying? And now y'all, like Uncle Steve say, imagine the kid from the apartments. Imagine the kid from the apartments. He just told you he gonna go buy a diamond chain. He gonna go buy him a car. He gotta buy his mom a car. If your daddy in your life, you gotta get your daddy a car. Gotta get him somewhere else to stay. You trying to move him out the hood. I just gave you $100,000. Y'all think that's a lot of money? That money be going quick. And now you done went and bought this new house. 9 times out of 10, you didn't buy it. You went out and got you a mortgage for your mom and dad and them. Now y'all got to pay this mortgage. Now y'all was just struggling in the apartments, right? So how we finna get this? How we finna pay this mortgage? So some of these kids end up hitting the portal because my mama got a mortgage. My mama got this, and this, and this, and this. And now I got to find a way to make sure it's coming in. Travis Hunter told you straight off the top. Hey, the people asking about so your family come at Travis say, oh, you can work. You get what I'm saying? Like, again, guys, it's okay to say no sometimes. Now, I want you to, God always, but when we was coming up, that was never an option. I tell people this story all the time, and if you don't believe me, go watch The Last Dance, the second episode, when Scottie Pippen's brother is talking. He said, I never knew we were poor until I got grown and realized, oh, we was really poor. But because the way my mom and daddy made me feel and the way the community made me feel and how we never went without a meal and we could always hear this, that. Our problem now is we so concerned about what people think about you or what people done said about you, how this look or how that look, instead of just being yourself and being like I told you. My grandma always told me if I got $5 and you need something, I'm at least give you $2. Y'all think if you got $5, I'm broke. I can't give you my $5, but you didn't know that maybe later on that day, here comes $50, $60, $100 for you. But you were so hell bent on not being able to help somebody. And I think that's the biggest thing that Coach Prime, when he sit people down in his office and can talk to them. And then, like you say, when Bucky came out with that right there, that changed the whole game. When you realize this kid didn't these kids have taken no money. They paid for 10 to 15 kids NIL. What we talking about?
Facts.
What we talking about? And but y'all grown folks going out y'all way to try to find a way to bring this young man down every day. Every day, y'all got something to talk about. Let this young man be a young man. You was young one time. You made mistakes. You didn't listen to everything your mom and daddy told you to do, right? You had to learn. You had to learn as you go. But the biggest thing is push the positivity on their way and not try to bring these people down so much. But that's the one thing I love about this football team and things of that nature is they always. Coach Prime always trying to find a way to build these kids up. Now he wants what I need something from you now. I need you to come out here and give me everything you got. I need you to come out here. But what I need you to I said today in my message, I want you to be first, but I want you to be the first to be kind. I want you to be the first to have good grades. I want you to be the first. He wants you to do all that other stuff first before you can be good. Because again, to be good on the grass, you got to be great in the class. Because you can't do nothing without that, guys. Football gonna end at one point in time. Football gonna come to an end, whether it's your last high school game, your last college game, if you make it to the pros, whenever you decide to retire, or when them people tell you you gotta retire, whichever one comes first. You get what I'm saying? But we gotta be positive, and I'm talking about us. You know, the people that look like us, because it be us. I'm not worried about I ain't worried about what Paul Feinbaum and all them talking about. I'm talking about us. Prime told y'all I had to come to Colorado to open the doors for all these other black coaches. What's been happening ever since Prime said that? Oh, go ahead, Uncle Steve. I ain't gonna
say
nothing. Handle your business, Coach Dre. Handle your business, sir.
Hey, Coach Dre cooking right now, man. Hey, I'm ready to ride it out.
What happened? Oh, Michael Vick finna be the head coach of Norfolk State. Oh, San Diego State just hired the offensive coordinator from UNLV.
Sacramento State, yeah.
Sacramento State. Oh, okay. Oh, Teddy Bridgewater done got offered a couple of HBCU head coaching jobs. Oh, okay.
Let's go.
But this is what happens when you got a guy that's in the front that's not afraid to lead, who ain't afraid to tell you no, who ain't afraid to tell you you're not finna do me like this. You're not finna treat my kids no any kind of way. We have a way of business. And you're going to treat us the same way. He tells you, I'm happy Bill Belichick is in football. I am too. That's great for college football. But y'all don't be naive to think that if Belichick goes to winning, they're going to try to make it seem like it's the Belichick way instead of the Deion Sanders way, the Prime way. Because Prime told y'all this 2 years ago. I don't want to go get no high school kids like that. I want to get kids already seasoned. So I'm going to get the portal kids, right? And I'm going to get them because I know they ready. They done been seasoned. They're a little bit ready. I'm going to go get me some young rookies. Like he said, the freshmen are like the kids in the draft. I'm going to get me 7 to 15 of them. But the majority of my team going to come from, because I can get as many free agents as I want. Right? And now you only got 105 scholarships that you can give out, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Deion Sanders told y'all this at Jackson State. That's 4-5 years ago. And nobody listened. He kicked on everybody off Jackson. I'm talking about
everybody.
He turned and kicked everybody off Jackson. If you don't believe me, again, it's on YouTube. Y'all can go watch it. Go watch it. It's on YouTube. His first 2 seasons, His first 2 seasons at Jackson is on YouTube. But I'm going to say this and I'm going to let these guys go. To get to something, you got to go through something. Coach Prime almost lost his life, and everybody forgets about this man. Went from just a normal toe surgery, just trying to get his foot fixed so he can walk better and coach his team, to in a bed laying down for 23 days, blood clots, almost losing his life, to be where he is now. But nobody talks about that. Everybody forgets about that. To
Yeah.
get to something, I got to go through something. I tell y'all all the time, everybody want to see a rainbow. But to get to a rainbow, you got to have some rain. It's got to be a storm. Ain't nobody just giving you, God ain't just handing it out like that. You understand what I'm telling y'all? And then God, you ask God for a blessing, you can't be upset with the way God give you the blessing. Sometimes you get on your knees and you ask for your family to come together or to be together. And the way God give it to you, somebody in your family died for y'all to get here where y'all can talk and get to it. But you asked God for this. You asked God to bring your family together. Well, this is the only way God could do it. But you're upset with the way he did it. You can't ask God for blessings and then get upset with the way he do it. So when we that's the same thing with this Colorado football thing. Y'all can't ask Prime for something and then get upset with the way he give it to you.
Thanks. It's just a point. You can't get upset if you haven't got accepted into that room yet. It's the same way. And Coach Dre, you hit on a lot of different things. A lot of times, people turn down the real message because they want the fake message. I'm gonna say that again. People turn down the real message because they want the fake message, because they look at all the glitz and the glamours. But sometimes when you turn on the real tape and the real things, it show you really what it is and who it is. And sometimes we just gotta just be patient. But it's hard. I know it's hard. We gotta be patient at times. But we
Hey,
gonna move on. Go ahead.
hold on. What y'all crashed out on Riz last week, right? But the day Coach Riz came out, he put out a statement and told y'all that was his dream job. That he could have went to Florida State years ago. But he wanted to help his people. He wanted to make sure his people was all right. He wanted to make sure Willie was all right. Then he had the opportunity to come. He had the opportunity to come up here to Colorado and help us. And now he has the opportunity to go home. Y'all got to remember, Florida State down at the bottom of the barrel. So what better way than to go home and resurrect where I'm from? What that do for Riz? Y'all let that sizzle in your spirit a little bit, like Country Wayne say.
Yeah. Yeah. What you got, Uncle Steve? What you got?
I just can't believe that we have the audacity when it comes to a man like Coach Riz and his integrity and what he brings to people each and every day to question him. Who are we? When that man has that son no more than 6 or 7 years old, that he's trying to raise, and how we criticize black men for not raising their kids and not spending time with their kids. But when a man wants to go home so that he can be with his kid and his family to grow together as one, and he's done everything that we've asked him to do, to be a man of integrity, to be a man who did his job at the highest level, who supported his people. Come on, people. Y'all need to stop with this foolishness. Because for me, I'm not questioning him, and I'll tell you this, you have no business getting in 20-year-olds or 21-year-olds relationships. Your relationship jacked up. Y'all can't find a woman. And if you do find a woman, you ain't treating her worth nothing. And when you do stuff like that, who are you to come out here and be on the Wendy Williams show? I don't deal with my kids when it pertains to that. I tell them I don't do Maury, I don't do Wendy Williams, I don't do my boy Jerry Springer. I'm not doing it. Stop it. Let's be adults. Let people grow. Let them learn. Love on them. If you say you love them like you say you love them, be out there, cheer them on, wish them the best, and pray for them. Now, if you're doing those things, I'm with you 100%. But if you get on a show, a podcast, and you getting on there, you running your mouth about something you know nothing about, Because I can guarantee you, I got a wife, and I work her nerve, and she works my nerves. So that's just life. But I love her to life, and we gonna do this thing till we roll the wheels off because we got our babies. So with that being said, everything ain't gonna be peachy, but we make peaches. So it's just simple. Let people live, learn, and love. That's what we do. And I'm gonna leave that alone. But I tell you, if when I see people making those comments, the first thing I do is look at you. Look at your life. Now, if you're telling me you got the life that someone else wants to see, this is what I tell folks. Do you have a life that somebody else is look at your life? Oh, I want to have that relationship. Now I know people, and that first thing I say, I don't ever want to have a relationship. I was in Baltimore last. This is real. Me and my wife got my kids in the car. We're going up to a nice resort, and we're in Baltimore, driving through Baltimore. It's a young black lady in the car with her boyfriend. The middle of the highway. Stop at the light. They fight. My wife said they must be dancing. I said, baby, they fight, and I'm talking about fighting. The light go to green. They go weaving and bobbing between the lanes, going down the thing, go to the next light. She put the car in park, get out of the car, get back there, and they fighting again. I'm sitting there like, folks, it's realness happening out there. And this is real. And I'm sitting there like, before y'all go worried about somebody else, it's worse things out there. Let's deal with our stuff. Let's straighten our house up. I'm straightening my house up first. And once I straighten my house up, I'm going to pray for everybody else. And if they ask me for my advice, I give it to them. If they don't, shut it up. Shut it up. I'll leave that alone. But let's go to football, fellas. When it comes to football, I'm telling y'all something right now. Coach Prime is not going to get credit for nothing. And I blame us for that because we accept people telling us crap and we put up with it. You're not gonna piss in my face and tell me it's rain. It's not gonna happen. Coach Prime made all of these new rules and came up with all of these plans and processes when it pertains to how college football is running. Now they're gonna bring in Bill Belichick, who's happened to be one of my favorite coaches. Did nothing but copy. This is what we call copying somebody's paperwork and test. And now you put it out there in front of you and say you want copyrights to it. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. This is Coach Prime's, and Coach Prime gonna get the credit. Y'all keep up there praising people that y'all feel like, oh man, he the greatest. No, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. They had a coach at Grambling that got more Hall of Famers in the NFL than Nick Saban. So y'all, Eddie Robinson, y'all go give everybody else all this credit. But Eddie Robinson was one heck of a coach and made better men of his players than any coach in history. Period. Better men and football players. So with that being said, I'm just saying, I'm gonna celebrate Coach Prime, and for all those people that we had that crucified him for those 2 years, miss me with that. Miss me with your foolishness. Because you go, man, I'm just keeping it real. Well, why don't you keep it real with life? Why don't you keep it real with why all these young men, instead of doing trade school and stuff like that, going to prison for silly things? Keep it real. But you need to keep reality. And reality is this. If y'all don't change your thinking and start supporting, you're gonna keep the same results. And the results aren't good. Back to you, Rob, the man.
Hey, listen, they only keeping it real because they can't do it. They want to go out and say all this, but if you was to have to step foot in them shoes, you wouldn't even know what the first thing to do. Go ahead, Chris. Sir.
It's a popularity contest. You scared? Coach Prime said all the time. You scared to go. You scared to go right with everybody. You scared to go left with everybody going right. It's a popularity contest. It's the same thing we teaching our kids. Like I tell grown folks all the time. Every time something come up, y'all pick up y'all got doggone phones and go to filming. That's why the like when I was coming up, I didn't really know. I didn't like think about mental stuff like that. Like you got to think about today. Like you'll get in a fight with your best friend, and if you and your friend there. It's just word of mouth of who was there. But nowadays, you shame kids. You record it. You got people recording this and recording that. Oh, you gonna make me mad? I'm gonna put you on the net. I'm gonna do this. What is y'all doing that for? You get in an argument. People, I seen people get on the internet and cuss their mamas out, cuss their daddies out. Hey man, the Bible say that ain't what the Bible say do. It say honor your mother and father so your days shall be long. Some of y'all wonder why your days getting cut short. Remember how you talk to them. I ain't saying that sometimes your parents ain't the best people in the world. But this is what I tell people. You can't change who your mom and dad is. You can't change who your brother and sister them is. You can't change who your family is. Now you can change you can how you treat them is how you treat them. But you gotta answer for that also. You gotta answer for that also. When I think about some of the stuff go on in my family, all I ever think about is my grandma always saying, boy, you always remember that this here, these folks here ain't gonna change. And what when you get to heaven, what God gonna ask you? Did you do your best for them? Hey, you gotta ask you. Some of y'all need to look yourselves in the mirror when you throwing stones at a kid that he does just about everything right. Do I think Travis don't have flaws? I'm pretty sure he does. And Travis is the first one to probably tell you that. But the dynamics people are going to try to pull this young lady down because the TV caught something that wasn't supposed to be caught. They just owned Travis. They caught something and everybody ran with it. What if somebody was to catch something on you and ran with it? What if somebody caught you in your worst moment and that's not really who you are? Now, like you say, Travis say this girl drinking and she feeling bad and this, that, and the other. You can't go nowhere because every time you can't pick up your phone because every time you pick up your phone, it's something about you in a negative light. Let's stop doing that. Cause you
Hey,
never
Coach
know.
Ray, I don't even want to cut you off. I just want to say this. The bad part about it is, in this whole situation, it's just certain content creators that ain't never been to Boulder, ain't never met this girl, ain't never had a conversation with her. They got everything left to say about the situation. I've had a privilege of meeting her. I've had a privilege of meeting Travis' dad, the family, and knowing what it is and what it ain't. But for some of these people that's talking, ain't never showed their face around, but they got everything to say when something go left, and it's just mind blowing. But I'm gonna let you because I digress. I'm gonna let you go back and have it, Coach Trey.
I don't know, man,
Before
but say, man, it's just like I say, man. People told me and Rob when Rob first started this, y'all homers, y'all super fans, y'all think Deion Sanders, Martin Luther King. We just want to talk about X's and O's. Football is more than X's and O's. Football coaches are more than what you put on the football field. I'm a football coach, and I guarantee y'all guys, I'm way more than just a football coach to these young men in my city. And it's not just about what you can do. See, with young folks these days, it ain't about what you can really do for how you can excel them on the football field. It's about how you treat them and how you make them feel off of this football field. See, you on the football field maybe 2-3 hours, but what is your relationship with the men when they not on the football field? When they're not doing something for you. You see, when you a head coach like Deion Sanders told y'all when he got the job, it's only two people that's gonna have wins and losses on their name. They both last name Sanders. That's me and my quarterback, me and my son. And now y'all wanna, like I told y'all, we and like I said, we didn't get mad at nobody. We don't and let me go and put this disclaimer out. We don't dislike nobody. We got love for everybody. We just remember what y'all said. But that didn't change me and Rob. That didn't make me and Rob go and say, hey, we gonna be negative, man. We gonna keep it real. We gonna keep it real. What we keep it real? Breaking down the person that if I told y'all if Prime fails, a lot of this other stuff don't happen.
facts.
Because we gave this job to one of the most predominantly predominantly men in America. The best cornerback to ever play the game, a first ballot Hall of Famer, a Florida Hall of Famer. Everything that you're looking for in a great man. And we gave him this job. Now what can he do with it? All he did was
Hey,
bring
Coach
in.
Dre,
Go
let's
ahead.
take it a step further. You got as a content creator, if you cover Colorado, be thankful because Coach Prime is allowing you to talk about his program. Whether you like it, don't like it, or if he's doing anything for you, he's allowing you to talk about this program. So for you to go to the stream and do any of this chaotic stuff, it blows me. Because Coach Prime, Coach Prime, see you could just send out a letter at any point in time and say, "Hey, you ain't talking about him no more." And some of y'all forget about this. A cease and desist letter can come out at any moment of time. So be thankful and don't ever say Coach Prime ain't doing nothing for you when you speaking on Colorado. Because truly, they allow you to make money off their brand and off their name. Whether you like it, whether you hate it, or indifferent, that's truly what's happening. So I don't want nobody to get it mistaken because anything that you bring up about the University of Colorado and Coach Prime, you're making $1 off of them, whether you like it or not. It might not be what you want, what you thought you want to make out of it, what you want to proclaim to be making, but we got to stop it. We just truly do.
And that's it. We just, I know I'm thankful. Like I say, I promise y'all, 2 years ago, well, I wouldn't, but y'all wouldn't have seen me on no stuff like this. This ain't my cup of tea. I told y'all, I guarantee you, if y'all look through y'all phone, y'all look through my phone, it's way different. Y'all got 100 numbers. This person saying that, nobody. No, I got about 30, 40 people in there, and that's it. If you want to really talk to me, you know how to find me. I ain't. I'm just me. But what I want is I want the progress of my people in every sense of the way. Again, the reason I can talk about this and feel good about it because I'm living in my purpose. I'm living in my purpose. Football is just my tool. Coach Prime is living in his purpose. He just using football as his tool. He told y'all he thought was going to be in the pulpit. Denzel Washington just got baptized to become a minister because we gotta show a different way, and this is our way of showing y'all that hey, yeah, every game ain't gonna be the greatest game. Yeah, we gonna have some ups and downs, but you find out who your real friends is when you're down. When everything going good, everybody love you now. You know, everybody for you. But when you down, how many people gonna run and hide? When it ain't the hey Anthony Richardson, my dog done went through some stuff this year, but we bowling again. We bowling again. You know why? Because we built for this. We built for this, and that's
Hey,
what you
Uncle,
got to do. Go ahead.
no, Uncle Steve, this one's to you. Steve, that's why Prime has his own media team and channels like this. To keep it real. I'm not reading the last part, but yeah, that's to you, Uncle Steve. How you can go ahead and answer however you want to answer that part.
This is what
I
I'll
do.
say. This is what I'll say about that. It reminds me, if y'all look at Cadillac Records, and they had a dude on there. I love Cadillac Records, and they had the Howl, and his name was Howlin' something, and he told them they couldn't even afford to bury the young man, but he went on there and he laughed at his truck and everything else. He said, "Well, y'all was getting those Cadillacs that they gonna take from you. I had this old truck, and this old truck got me everywhere I needed to go, but I own everything when it pertains to my music." He owns stuff. That's old school. You got to get out of getting stuff that's shiny. They giving you a ring and they giving you a necklace. They giving you some gold and all this stuff, and then they giving you a little car that's in their name. That's where it goes. Coach Prime owned this stuff, and I'm gonna tell y'all some little history stuff. This is history. When Michael Jackson owned all of the Beatles and everything else like that, he became one of the most feared men in America. When Ray Charles owned his own records and everything like that, Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra was the only men who owned the records, recordings, and stuff like that. Ray Charles owned his. And as soon as they did that, they got him off that plane for that hand. What I'm telling you, when you start owning your own stuff, you become important because you become somebody who owns something. You got assets. And that's what we need to start doing. I'm going to hit you that the most important thing about owning something, this one here also, you're creating wealth. Let me, Coach Dre, what's so important about coaches is this here. I'm just going to break one little thing down for people. Bill Belichick gets how much money? About 11 million a year?
Yep.
Instant millionaire, $10 million. Now his son is going to come behind him. How much money you think he's going to get? He's going to get millions too.
Yeah, he's going to get in 10. He should get about two to
Two to three.
Yep.
So now his son is a millionaire. Now he got another son too, but he also has friends. Now his friends become millionaires. Now their family have come from middle class millionaires. Now they gonna have a coaching tree after that. When they get jobs, now they're millionaires, and now they get to bring their friends up millionaires. Black mothers out there, black fathers out there, your sons are playing football right now. What's going to happen to them when the football stops? If Coach Prime don't succeed, your kid's going to do what every other person do. They're going to put them a little specialty coach, and they're going to give them a couple of dollars so that they can recruit. They'll pay them $800,000 or $600,000 if they're real good recruiters, but that ain't no money. The money is when you the boss, when you up there at LaQuint Dickey, when you at the Sugar Land, when you own the plant, when you own it. That's what I'm talking about, when you own it. So all I'm saying is this one here, that guy hit it, whomever, they hit it 100%. Quit buying, quit taking loans on stuff and start buying stuff and owning it. And that's what we need to do. So that's what Coach Prime has done that. He's done an outstanding job. And back to you, Rob, the man.
All right, so listen, we got 18 minutes left for the show. Let's get into we got to get into this CFBP playoff situation, right? This is terrible, but we got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? The people want us to talk about it, so we gonna get into it. And we gonna break it game by game. First game up on the slate: Notre Dame versus Indiana.
Hey, Bubba Dub words, trash. Man, listen. Okay, now again, I'm gonna say this. Y'all said the Big 12 wasn't nothing. Okay. So Penn State didn't look good, and Indiana just looked worse. Like they couldn't. Like Indiana had 2 drives, they should have scored. The man threw interceptions. Like they was going. It looked like Penn State was gonna give up the ghost. Like, yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that was terrible.
You got anything? You got anything up? Cause I'll just move on to the next game because I'm like, this is the first game. The crazy part, this was the first game to kick off, and this I was done.
The level of football was atrocious. I'm watching this hit. I'm like, it was like you was watching 2 different leagues. I'm like, you watching the big boys and the boys who think they big, and it was terrible. It was terrible football. I'm sitting there like, man, I would have rather saw Colorado play, because I know the level would have been at a higher level when it pertains to that game, because everybody been watching it, everybody be excited. Colorado would have got up, the other team would have got up. It'd have been they'd have been going up and down that field. But it would have been good football. I didn't see good football. What I saw is some people who ran their mouth at Indiana, did all that talking, and if Coach Prime would have did that talking, the people here, he's classless. I can't believe it. Look how he demeans football. That football is bigger than. But that man came there, did all that talking, and I mean, they put a lashing on him. It was like they put him on that cross. They put some lashes on that tail, and they gonna keep on putting lashes on that tail, because you ain't gonna run your mouth and not have the players to back it up, and it just don't go. So when you go to a fight, don't take a knife. That's what I tell you, and that's what they did, and they messed with the wrong one. So it wasn't good football, and they need to correct it. It was not good football.
So now Notre Dame takes on Georgia. How are you guys looking at this game, Georgia versus Notre Dame? Like, gotta ask how you looking forward to this game? Because to me,
I
this
don't.
gonna
I
be a
don't
game. Neither quarterbacks.
know. That's the only thing that make it even right now because I just don't know what this quarterback gonna do at Georgia. No Carson Beck. Uh, I
This is a
don't know, bro.
scapegoat though.
I,
Carson
I
Beck. Carson Beck not playing this. This is an scapegoat right here. So if they lose, I don't blame. You know what the Georgia people gonna say? Just
I,
saying.
I, I mean, that's the toss up game for next week. I'm gonna just tell y'all because I don't. I got.
It's gonna be a defensive game.
I believe in Georgia defense. I just don't know if they're gonna be able to move the ball. And Notre Dame has proven they can play a little defense. But and then I'm for the black man. So I want Freeman to win. You know what I'm saying? But I know Kirby got that championship medal, so they gonna come out and play hard. Now that's one thing because they got something to prove because they want to show the SEC supposed to be on top. So yeah, it's a toss up. That's a toss up.
All
Now,
right.
now, the people saying college, we're saying the games that we watch were trash, but I will tell you this one here. I'm gonna tell people right now that Ohio State defense. You can say whatever you want to. That
We
defense.
get into that game. We
I,
finna get
I,
into it.
I tell people that wasn't trash. That defense travels. Them boys, them was some monsters out there. I looked at that thing. I'm like, man, that looked pretty good. That
We
defense looked pretty good to me. And them
we
receivers
finna
look
go
pretty
straight
good.
down the line across the board. So next
Yeah.
up, we got Penn State versus SMU. Both to me, Penn State didn't even they didn't look good. SMU threw them the game. Like I mean, SMU should have been up 21-0. Penn State couldn't do nothing. I mean, golly, but go ahead. That's just my opinion. Go ahead, y'all.
But
Again, like what is boy? Just,
go
I
Coach
don't know.
Dre.
Uh, Go ahead. I just ain't nothing to talk about. I mean, what is that? What is there to talk about the game? Ain't nothing like. Nothing.
All right, so we'll just move on. Penn State versus Boise State. Who you got? That's the easy way to do it.
I got Boise because I don't think they're gonna be able to stop Gypsy. I don't think they're gonna be able to stop that kid. I think that kid gonna go for 200. I
All
think
right,
that kid gonna run for 200 next week.
that boy might get 45 carries for real.
He gonna get the carries, but I like Penn State when it comes to their defense. Defense is not their problem. It's that doggone offense. That quarterback can't get the receiver. Their receivers can't get the ball. Their tight ends can. But
Yeah.
if Boise go in there and they think they're just gonna run the ball down Penn State's throat, I don't think they can. Me personally, I don't. I think they're gonna run the ball 30 to 40 times, and
Yeah.
Penn State has to do a good job of when they get the ball. If their tight ends move the ball down the field, they'll keep. Penn State should pull it out. But if Penn State quarterback play garbage, Boise gonna rout them.
You
But it
know,
goes on quarterback play.
the most amazing thing that I've seen this weekend is how all these teams got receivers, but one thing is all in effect. Ain't none of them got no quarterbacks.
None of them. None of them.
And I'm like, how do all these receivers want to go to all these big schools, but they ain't got a quarterback that can give them the ball? But then you could come to Colorado, you know what I'm saying? But you okay. Well, I digress. I
Rob,
digress.
Rob, I'll say this here. I ain't gonna say they ain't got quarterbacks. I think the politics are so bad because you could look at Ohio State when they
Oh,
had Joe Burrow. They have the quarterbacks. It's the politics are so bad that they are
yeah.
playing players that they should be playing the other quarterbacks in the back who don't have that name, and that's the problem. Those alumni for those big places love it's family and it's that nepotism and stuff like that they got with those kids that you know nothing about, and then you come to find out, oh, that's the biggest alumni's grandson or his nephew or blah blah blah. That's why they playing that kid.
Trust me. Ohio State would look a lot better if they put their backup quarterbacks in than the starting quarterback. I can tell you that
That's
right now. Texas the same way. Well, we gonna get to them because next up on the line we got Oregon versus Tennessee. I mean, I said not Oregon. I mean Ohio State versus Tennessee.
I'm gonna
Tennessee
put
didn't
it.
get off. Tennessee didn't get off the bus. They stayed in Tennessee. I don't know what they was doing. They could have put South Carolina in the playoffs for this. Like, bro, I was so hot with Tennessee. Boy, I was so hot with Tennessee last night, boy. But I was so hot with them characters last night, man. Like, What did y'all get off the bus? Y'all running out there with your shirts off and all that, acting like we finna go do something, go play football. Then y'all get out there. I mean, look up real quick and man, listen, they didn't get off the bus. I don't know, but see, that's the thing with what they that mean they had been off what about 2-3 weeks since they had played the game. I don't like we got to figure something else out because this, yeah, but that was they just didn't look good. They didn't look good at all. And then you turn around the day and you got kids hitting the port on them. So I think
I'm gonna hit to that. I'm gonna get to it.
Hey, listen, but again, I think that's not good. Like you got to play with kids that you know don't really want to be there. They just ride the wave to see if y'all can get to the national championship. That's really hard pressed. That's really hard pressed. They didn't get off the bus. So
Coach Dre and Rob, I think that's what the problem with these games. You can't dictate these games because these players know, just like when Coach Prime was leaving JSU and all those defensive players left the team and didn't play in the Celebration Bowl and people thinking, oh, they lost. Man, they didn't have their whole defense. They had guys who was there who was 200
Hey, never played
pounds,
majority of the season.
Never played none of that season, 220 and 240 pounds on the line. And the offense put up 45 points and you lose against the number one defense in the whole nation. So, but that's another story. I digress. But what I'm saying is this one here. It's hard to pick the winners of these games because it's so much going on with all of these kids leaving. If you listen to Duke's The Scoop, Duke's telling you on all these teams, if he knows all these jokers from Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee leaving, you don't think the coaches and the other players know they leaving, and you think a guy gonna go over there and give 100% when they know, you just get a check. You getting a check and you bouncing. You think I'm gonna go out there and kill myself and your sorry self sitting over there gonna leave us? So I'm just saying for people, you better understand you out there going betting. You betting on some stuff that you know nothing about it. I just tell people it's who wants it. What you're seeing is this here. Tennessee had no business coming out there, thought they was in a strip club, taking off their shirts. They thought they was in Eva's show on there taking their shirts off, and then them boys told them, them boys whooped that shirt back on them. I said, boy, y'all, that's embarrassing. Bro, that's embarrassing. You come out there with your shirt off, and Ohio State look at you and say, okay, I'm going to beat you till you put it back on. And they beat them till they put that shirt back on.
Now here's why I feel like the committee screwed Oregon. Oregon should be playing Ohio State for their next game. So that's what we finna talk about.
Listen, it don't matter. I want him to lose, so I'm thrilled.
And see, here's the thing. Ohio State is going to have momentum because they've been playing, and Oregon's been off for almost a month. So you kind of got to put your money on Ohio State in this situation. And Ohio State wants to get back for that 1-point loss that they got screwed on. So
they need it. And and if you watch that game, and I'm gonna put it to this for people. Ohio State can go back and watch that tape and say, we went to your place and we beat you. The problem with that game is this one here. That quarterback did not get them receivers. Them receivers could not be guarded. Oregon could not guard those receivers. And I truly believe Ohio State wants this game. And the next thing I'll tell you is this one here. I hope if Ohio State do lose, bruh, that recruit, do you know how many players leaving?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know? Because they're going to fire that coach. They're going to fire that coach. And when they fire that coach, tell me how many people they're going to lose some people. They're going to lose some people. So it's going to be interesting. That's an interesting game for what's going to happen when it comes to the portal.
Trust me, when we get to this next team, we're gonna talk about, they players already tweeted out, thank you, coach. Like, as soon as the game hit 0, thank you, coach. They in the portal. But go ahead, straight. Who you got? Oregon. You got Ohio State right over Oregon, right? Okay, cool, perfect. All right, so we get to Texas and Clemson, and so the team that I'm talking about, Clemson players. The minute the clock hit 0, you had a bunch of Clemson players saying, "Thank you, coach." I'm gonna say this again. You had Clemson players. I'm talking about defensive players that should have been playing in the game. Said thank you, coach, when the clock hit 0.
Well, that's an easy win for Texas. That's an easy win for Texas, then. That's an easy win for Texas. Give me Texas.
So now Texas has who do they play? I'm trying to think who they play. Texas plays man, Dabo's lost control. Go ahead, Coach Ray.
Somebody play.
They play Arizona State. Arizona
Yeah,
State.
they play
Yeah.
Arizona State because Ohio State play Oregon State. Yep.
I want Scatterboo to go crazy.
Hey,
That,
hey,
that
I
was
want Scatterboo left, Scatterboo right, Scatterboo up the middle. And if they do that, I can tell you something that I did see about Arizona. That coach, that coach Dillingham, I have to give him some props. He can dial it up. He can dial it up. If y'all play
Listen,
around with it, he can dial it up with an effective running game. He can dial it up.
it's gonna be
yeah.
Scatterboo left, Scatterboo right, Scatterboo up the middle, Scatterboo pass,
Tennessee,
Scatterboo screen.
Texas, Texas don't scare nobody. I mean, their defense is good. What you call it? Like they another team didn't get off the bus. Like one thing I know is Arizona State gonna be prepared. They gonna be ready. Dillingham gonna have them boys. They hungry. They know they ain't got nothing to lose. If you ain't got nothing to lose, if you win, great. If you lose, you supposed to lose. They ain't got nothing to lose. I'm talking about go out there and do your thing. I'm talking about I want Scatterboo to do his thing. I'm talking about big time. And I'm just telling you, Quinn Ewers looked all right. But if you want to win, you better put Archie in. I'm just being honest with you. I know what they waiting on. So I got a
I
feeling.
hope Jordan Tyson is can play. That's really what I hope. If
Yeah,
he can,
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't
They
know.
ain't
Yeah.
said nothing yet. So I hope so. He done had a couple weeks to kind of get healthy. So hopefully he can play.
Yeah, if he able to play, this game gonna be really interesting. Oh, he's out. He's out. Don't worry about it. He's out. But yeah, you gonna see Scatterboo do everything that game. So when you look at the committee and you look at the first four playoff games of the playoff era, how y'all feeling about the job the committee has done in these games?
Terrible, terrible.
Terrible. They failed. They failed because they let society come out there and go on dictate to them on what really
But
should happen.
this is the thing. Though we can say it was terrible matchups because it was. But the biggest thing is they did what they had to do except for right now it looked like you should have put Miami in instead of Tennessee.
Yep.
And
So at least we had a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
right now it's looking like South Carolina might have should have got in instead of Indiana.
Yep.
But this is the thing. Indiana only had one loss. We can't get mad at who they played. They played who they played. But now I think you got to sit back down as the committee. We got to take this out the committee hand like that.
Yeah.
If you make your conference championship, you should be in the playoffs.
Period.
And
That's the first.
then it only leave like 2 spots that the committee that's got to worry about. If you make your conference championship game, you should be in the playoffs.
Then you go by strength of schedule.
But I think Robert Griffith said the best thing. What y'all finna see is this is what they said. We didn't do what we wanted to do. We put a bunch of SEC teams in the playoffs, and now that's what you're gonna see next year. That is what you're gonna see next year.
But here's my thing.
Go ahead.
Here's my thing. When they picked the 12 teams, they should have reseeded the teams. They
Correct.
just left from
Right.
where they was at, and that's what caused all this chaos right here of why you didn't get good football teams. Because if you actually all right, you know who everybody automatically in. If you reseed this properly, like it should be, based upon the eye test, you would got better matchups and better games, and it would have played out a little bit better. But because you're not reseeding these teams and you just placing them, well, this where they finish at, and it's like, come on, dog. If you're really watching these games, you know what it is. You know, good and dang on will. This ain't gonna be no good matchup, and that's what it came out of the show.
This is what I think. I think that the conference champion shouldn't be the deciding factor on who gets to bye. Because see, right now, this week, Arizona State probably should have played and Boise probably should have played this week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ohio State and probably Texas shouldn't have played this week.
Mm-mm.
I think you'd have got better games if you'd have put those two teams. You know what I'm saying? I just think you need to get the best 12 teams, and then you need to rank them as such. And whoever get the buys, get the buys. Because just going by the conference, but I agree with champions should be rewarded. So I understand what people are saying, but
Well, see,
you,
but here's my thing. If you're gonna say champions should be rewarded, then give them. They got to at least get a top 6 seed, right? So that means they get the least opportunity to host it. So if you don't get a bye, you get a chance to. You got a
right,
guaranteed host.
I'm with,
That's
I'm
what I
with
would
you.
say.
Yeah, I'm
Now
with you.
that's good. That's
Yeah,
So
good. Now that's
now,
good.
if you take like if you rank them 1 through 6 in the conference championship, I mean, you end up like an Arizona State, like you getting in because you're conference championship, then you rank number 6. You guaranteed a home game. So we're gonna reward you for that, but we ain't give you no bye. Right? Just because you're the
but
last place team.
I think another thing gonna happen. I don't think nobody gonna get, or just nobody gets no buys. Everybody got to play the first week.
And that's what
Even
they should do.
everybody play the first week, like you say. But if you that's the thing. If you're a conference champion, we'll let you play at home. If you're a conference championship, we'll guarantee you a home game. But everybody got to play because what we saw this was the worst thing that could have happened for the playoffs
It was
because
it was the worst
not
week
one.
we seen in college football this week.
Yep.
This week.
Yep. The best football game this weekend was North Dakota State, South Dakota State.
That was a good game.
That
Yeah.
That
that
was good.
that, that was the best. That was the best football game on this weekend in college football. So I just think that they got to go back to the drawing board and try to think of better ways to do this. Uh, I think the 12 best teams, except for Miami, because Miami had 2 losses, so you could have put Miami in and took Tennessee out,
Yeah.
but you had to put Indiana in. How many losses Penn State had?
One.
One.
See what I'm
Ohio
saying?
State.
So see, you had to put them in. So it's stuff like that. And then you got to. If I'm the committee, I call Notre Dame up and I tell them y'all got to get in a conference.
Yeah. Because it screws everybody because they're not in the conferest.
Hey, y'all got to get out. Y'all choose one. Y'all choose one. Whatever one y'all choose is cool, but y'all got to choose a conference. I don't
Because
care if it's the Mountain West. They got to
yeah.
choose a conference. They got to
Because
choose a conference.
in reality, Notre Dame can schedule every easy game and go undefeated and be in the playoffs, and they ain't got to fight for nothing. So, but hey, give your final thoughts because we definitely gonna be on tomorrow. Uncle Steve, if you want to pull up on us tomorrow, you can. We will be live tomorrow. So if y'all missed this great show today, man, go back, rewatch it, leave the comments. If we missed y'all comments or questions or anything like that, we apologize. We just, Sundays, we always here, so we just want to make sure that we gave y'all a show. But tomorrow, y'all know what time it is. We regular scheduled time. We'll definitely see y'all tomorrow. So I'm gonna kick it to Uncle Steve. Coach Dre gonna close us out, and we're gonna definitely see y'all tomorrow for sure.
All those people out there in podcast land, thank y'all for coming out here and supporting Rob the Man and Coach Dre, because I'm telling you, 2 good people, man. Good people giving you information that will definitely help you. And the information also takes you to another level. And the level is this one here. Everybody wants X's and O's, but it's more to football than X's and O's. And when it comes to that, you need to look at bigger pictures. And the picture is this one here. You want to see people grow, people achieve, and then the people behind them grow and achieve. So we want to build on to what's going on. And you also want to see some positivity. Everything ain't roses, and we get it, but you don't have to go in there and say everything going to hell in a basket. You don't have to do that either. It's a way of approaching people. And I just enjoy the fact that I can look out there and the people who making these comments, I mean, fantastic people, positive people. And they ain't got time to hear that foolishness. Don't nobody want to hear foolishness 24 hours a day, because when you do, it's draining, it's tiring. Who wants to hear that? I want to hear some things that we do have good people out there in life. We do have good people that I can listen to. We do have people that are going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And that's what I like. And it's always a pleasure with you guys. And I just love your people in podcast land on how great they are, because it's not about us. It's about them, because they're spending their time. My time is easy. I'm gonna get ready and go play with my boys in a little bit. We're gonna go and go down there. We're doing some little thing with a wand and finding that old good stuff. So I'm gonna go do that in a few minutes. But for all you people who came out and supported us, we supported Rob the Man and Coach Dre. We appreciate it. Much love, and I'm always for you, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas to y'all too.
Before Coach Dre, shout out to B Watch. He, normally hosts the Sunday show. So I want to make sure that we don't miss that. Because B Watch is normally the one who hosts this show. And we just there as a guest up there on his platform. So man, appreciate y'all for pulling up on us today. Shout out to B Watts. Shout out to CU Aunties. If y'all haven't supported the CU Aunties, man, please like, share, subscribe to the CU Aunties. Because that's something we advocate for them ladies like no other. So that's family right there. So if y'all haven't, please go. If y'all missed the last episode last Thursday while they was live, me and Coach Dre was on there. It was a great show. So y'all go back and y'all go check out the CU Aunties page. Shout out to any other content creators that we missed. I don't want to say everybody's name because I don't want me to miss somebody and people get mad. But like Coach Dre said earlier, man, we'll work with anybody, but it's got to make sense, right? We ain't going for the foolishness, and we ain't doing a bunch of goofy stuff. All right. So with that being said, we ain't got no beef, no drama with nobody. We want to work with everybody, but it's got to be right, and it's a brotherhood. So that's what we rolling in 2025 with is this brotherhood, and we're gonna continue this brotherhood. What we growing. Coach Dre, close us out, baby.
As always, you could have been anywhere in the world. You could have been anywhere in the world. Could have, you know. So for you to take your time out, especially in this holiday season, to spend time with me and my uncle, my brother, we appreciate you guys to the fullest. Like you say, shout out to B Watts. He normally hosted this show on Sundays. He had a family thing he needed to attend to this today, and so he went and did it, and we just kept the show going because people expect to see us, and maybe we can put a smile on your face. Rob told y'all exactly what we meant. In 2025, it's all about the brotherhood. That's what we gonna be pushing. That's what we gonna have. You gonna see a few other guys up here with us, and Uncle Steve pushing this brotherhood thing. Again, if you don't like us, you ain't gotta turn us on. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We ain't gonna be mad at you. We ain't gonna dislike you. If we see you in public, we gonna shake your hand and give you a hug, cause we ain't did nothing to you for you not to dislike us. We just gonna do things our way, and that's the positive way. We gonna stand on purpose so we can stand on business. Cause what's business without purpose? Make sure you check on your family and forgive people. This Christmas, do that. If you don't give Coach Dre any other Christmas gift, forgive people. Forgive them. Go out your way to forgive them. And I ain't talking about forgive them for them. I want you to forgive them for yourself. Cause some of y'all missing your own blessings because you just won't say, "Hey, I forgive you. It's okay. It'll be okay. It'll be all right." Uh, Make sure you hug your kids, your family members, cause like I say, life ain't promised. Tomorrow ain't promised for nobody. So make sure that you take care of and take care of yourself mentally and physically, all that good stuff. We wish you well. We appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. You could, like I said, you could have been anywhere in the world. To all, like Rob said, to all the other content creators, anybody want to work with us, we down. We with it. You know what I'm saying? But just know we not coming to talk about nobody. We not finna bash no coaches. We ain't finna bash no players. We not finna do none of that. We finna speak life into somebody, because somebody might have needed to be touched tonight. I know people be saying pastor this and pastor that. This just my platform to try to encourage somebody, to try to lift somebody up. Somebody might be down in the dumps, and just in this typing, they just scared to tell you that they down in the dumps. But just listening to us and giving a kind word and letting you know that somebody do care about you, somebody do love you, and somebody do appreciate what you're doing. So you just keep pushing through. Hey, I'll tell y'all this all the time. Hey, you can only see stars only come out at night. You can only see stars at night. So even when your darkest hour, you still can shine. So as I always tell y'all, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Dre. That is my Uncle Steve, and that's my brother Rob the Man. God bless and good night. We love y'all.